Hello, Julia Watts here and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be looking at Mabel's Lily of the Valley from Fairy Hugs, and you'll be able to find the stamps and products that I'm using either on my website juliawattscrafts.co.uk for shipping to UK addresses, or you can find them at fairyhugs.com where there's worldwide shipping. So the flower fairies from Fairy Hugs were out in July 2022, and there's 22 sets, and today we're going to be focusing on Mabel's Lily of the Valley, as you saw from the title. And I've picked a paper from the Mistywhisk Paper Pad, and this paper pad is hopefully you can see this, it's very dark here at the moment. It's full of scenes with moons, and there's some fantastic papers there which are kind of textured, just like that one. And they're all 6x6, and as with all Fairy Hugs paper pads, they are there's 24 double-sided sheets, 24 designs, 2 sheets of each, and they're 216 GSM, which is a really good weight. So I've just trimmed ever such a little tiny bit off, so it's now 5 3/4 inches, and I've got a black mat. So this is going to be very, very simple. Anyone can do this, and it really does show you what the flower fairies are all about, really. Each set has got a flower fairy on it, and it has either 1, 2 or 3 flowers on it. Sometimes there's extras like bees or butterflies, anything you need to make a scene, really. So you're good to go. You know, each set is going to make you loads and loads of different cards. So this video is going to be part 1, and there should be 3 parts, because I did set myself a challenge last year to make 3 new projects with each of the flower fairies, and I've done some, but the previous ones didn't have videos to go with them. I just thought, well, while I'm making it, I might as well record it so you can see how I'm making the video. So we're just going to take that big bluebell there, and we're going to pop it on this ground that there is on the paper. So fiddle around with it there, and yeah, let's just stamp that one for now and see where we're going, because I'm not 100%, I've got a plan, but I'm not 100% sure whether I want to stick to that plan or not. And as you see, we've got 2 moons on this, so it's obviously from another planet, a mystical world that you might have seen on some of the Star Trek or Star Wars type things. Let's go for, instead of going for a black, let's go for Medieval Blue versus Fine Clair. You can see I've already used a blue with this one before when I made my original sample. And you will find on my Julia Watts Crafts Facebook page, you will find an album that contains my flower fairy makes, and I will add these to them as well. Lots of tapping. You want a nice juicy ink. And the papers are kind of, I call them semi-coated. They take inks really, really well, but they don't kind of suck the inks up. So that means that a lot of the time you can get away with just stamping just once rather than having to repeat stamp. I haven't used this stamp for quite a while, probably since July last year, so I might need a second time anyway. And do make sure, it's a good idea to always push your paper right up into the corner, so that if it kind of moves, you're good. I haven't pressed very hard there. I still haven't pressed very hard there. Maybe I didn't ink it up. Maybe I didn't. Let's have another go. Let's pay attention to that middle bit. So just make sure it's nice and pressed into the corner. Give it a good old press. It wasn't working beforehand. That's better. Lovely, lovely engraved detail on that. Really, really pretty. Okay, so that's that one. I'm only going to stamp that once, I think, the big one. off. These are photopolymer stamps manufactured in the USA, and if you're in the UK then I import them for you, so there's no shipping charges or import duties to pay. It's free postage over £30 to UK addresses. Below that there is a charge, but you'll see that on the shipping on the website. So let's grab Mabel, the fairy, and don't forget you can use other fairies with these. You don't have to use the set, but sometimes it's nice to see what you can actually do with the set itself. So let's have Mabel down here. And make sure it's nice and pressed into the corner. Let's stick with the blue because it's a nice deep blue. This medieval blue, and you will find all the VersaFine clairs on my website as well. There is a re-inker for the Nocturne, which is the black, but there isn't a re-inker for all the others. I don't know why. Maybe there is in Japan, but not with the stockists that I use, or the suppliers that I use. Give a look at old press. She's got beautiful plaited hair. So you can see the detail that you get, and that's just with the first impression. I am just going to go again because I want it to be a bit darker. Mainly the body really. So make sure she's pushed up to the corners. I'm just going to press along the body. Let's hope we just keep that detail. Better. Okay, so that's Mabel, beautiful Mabel, and then we've got a smaller flower. And it is called Mabel's Lily of the Valley, but for me it's more like a bluebell. So in the UK we have bluebells in about May time, I think. I'm sure it's around there. So let's use the smaller one. And let's have some of the smaller ones down here maybe. So she's walking in the bluebell glade. I've not used this one before. You see it's nice and clean. So we're going to give it a really good push into the corner. Take your time when you're doing this, enjoy it. You do find you kind of lose yourself when you're doing your fairy hook stamping. Very relaxing. I find it very relaxing. Just go for it. Don't be scared, just go for it. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the acetate that comes with the stamps and pop that on there like that, so that when I bring my stamp back in again I don't actually mess up my paper. Otherwise that ink that's on there would have transferred to the paper and it might not be where I want it to be. Let's pop that on there again. Might have that magnet in the way, but we'll find out. We'll have a look in a second. Nothing to panic about. Just about got away with that. And it's a little bit kind of open there, so what we could do if we wanted to is actually bring in, this is what I'm saying, I might not know what I'm doing yet, so we could bring in some other flowers. So we've also got the forest flowers as well. I don't really want to bring that in again because I think that's going to look not right. So let's grab our forest flowers. And we've got this is my favourite stamp, this foliage stamp. So we could grab that and put a little bit of foliage in just there at the bottom. And let's go for a green. We've got this lovely green in the background here. I think we'll go rainforest. You don't need a stamping platform for this stamp, you can do it freehand. As we've got it out, let's have a little bit here as well. And let's use some acetate. And now where we're going with it. I haven't bothered masking that off, probably should have done. Right, let's go to a block. I might find it quicker and easier to go for a block. This is a little tiny block from Indigo Blue. It's called, I can't remember the name of it now. Just fill in a little bit. So we've got a little bit of foliage going on around there. Now if you want to have some foliage around this area here, we can do. Let's just pull this out. We stay on our mat, magnets over there. Stay on our mat and just grab a piece of paper. But this is already kind of not quite the shape we want, but let's see if we can get a shape going on. That's pretty close. Where's my stamp? There it is. At the side of me. Just floating in air a little bit, like that, and then so we've just got a little bit of foliage just around the bluebells there at the bottom. So that's your forest flowers, and let's just pop a sentiment on here as well. Pop it back in here so that we can make a good job of our sentiment, because quite often what you find is that you do all this stamping and then when you come to do the sentiment you make a mess of it. But don't panic if you do, because if you do, all you need to do is cut it out and mat it on top. I've picked this Stay Forever sentiment, which says, if there ever comes a day when we can't be together, keep me in your heart, I'll stay there forever, which is very sweet. There's lots of fantastic sentiments from Fairy Hugs. Now I need to have a look, see if this is straightish. So I don't have my lined backgrounds, goodness knows where they are, that fit on the stamp Press to Impress. Haven't found everything since I've moved yet. Let's hope that's straightish. I think with the sentiment we will go black. So we go for the nocturne. The text is quite fine on this actually. fine. See if I can show you better. Hope you can read that. So that's all we need to do. So it's very quick and easy because all we've used is Mabel and the forest flowers and then the Stay Forever sentiment. And then, so all I'm going to do is, let's just add a little bit of colour to Mabel's wings because we can. And let's stick with the kind of blue and green theme. So let's have a look. Here's a little swatch. It won't be exactly the same colour because this is a watercolour card. That's quite a nice colour which kind of fits in with the background there. And perhaps this is my favourite blue, which is from set 2 from the Sentimentally Yours watercolour blending brush pens. I think this other colour is from set 3, but I've sorted all mine out. So let's do her with those two colours. So I'm sorry about all the shadows, it's just so dark in here. So you can see that the ink and the pen just goes on top beautifully. So I'm just picking out certain areas to add a little bit of colour to. Not my best colouring, but you kind of get away with it. To try and keep it symmetrical. And that one there, and then we do all the others in the other blue. You can also add glossy accents over the top if you want to, or the Sakura Clear Glaze pen is a really good one to pop on top. Obviously you just need to wait for those to dry. It's not so easy on the papers to actually blend with a water brush because it's not watercolour card that you're dealing with. Let's just do her hair. Do that in, I think this is from set 4. This is kind of a mustardy yellow. So I think that she's kind of blonde with this colour. And then we just bring in, just for the extra bits on her dress, we bring in this here. So. So just add a little bit of colour to her, and then we just matte and layer that onto a bit of black card. And the glue decides to come down. And I'm using the Sentimentally Yours glue. You don't need much. I'm actually pressing the nozzle into the paper. Less is more. You don't need a lot of this glue, and you do just need a thin layer. If you do that, then your paper doesn't buckle, and also it lasts longer because you're using less. So let's pop this on here. Try not to smudge it. Try to get it nice and straight. A bit of press on the other side. So there we are. There's Mabel. I will try and do these in better light if I can for parts 2 and 3. But there's just a start. So once again, that's Mabel's Lily of the Valley from Fairy Hugs. And you'll be able to find it on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. and also on fairyhugs.com. And before I go, it'd be fantastic if you would subscribe, if you're not already, to my Julia Watts Crafts YouTube channel, and also to the Fairy Stamper YouTube channel as well. And then on Facebook you can find me at Julia Watts Crafts, and there's also the Fairy Hug Store group, which is a private group you can ask to join, and we love to see your makes on there. So and also it's where the design team do all their sneak peeks. So hope you've enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.